I'm going to Tampa this weekend, so let's see how much I can realistically read on this trip. All right, guys, my boyfriend and I are headed to Tampa today just because it is his brother's college graduation. So exciting. And yeah, we get to basically have a full weekend with his family, which is super exciting. I'm excited to see everybody. So honestly, like, what am I gonna do on a trip like this without taking on a little challenge while I'm there? So naturally, I'm gonna bring you guys along pretty much everywhere. I think our game plan right now is today is Thursday. We're flying out in a couple of hours. We can see how much I can read in the airport, on the plane. Tomorrow is his actual graduation on Friday. Let's see, maybe during the graduation. Let's just see how much I'm able to read, and then we come back on Sunday. So I'll give you all the updates in the moment while also giving you the updates as we go. Well, I do think I'm being a bit ambitious here because I have 3 books packed in my bag at the moment, and usually that's what I read on like a week-long vacation. I don't think I'm going to finish all of them. I can promise I'm going to finish one of them in this because I'm currently ARC reading advanced reader copy reading What Light Breaks by Falon Ballard. As you guys know, I read her previous first book of the series, Something Wicked, last month in preparation of reading this one. And I'm liking this one a lot more to the point where I needed to like literally calm down and like pause for a moment. But I am over halfway through that book. I would be shocked if I didn't finish it today. So I have What Light Breaks. I have The Deal by Elle Kennedy because I would like to read that book before the show comes out. But that comes out May 13th and it's currently May 7th. I don't think that's going to happen, but we like goals, so we can achieve, right? And then the last book I have is the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series, which is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. All right, guys, wish me luck and let's go to the airport. At the gate, so let's get the book reading portion begun. I'm currently on page 163 of 267 of What Light Breaks. So let's see how much I can read before we board. That was a bit of a longer travel day than we anticipated. Our actual plane literally was on the tarmac for over 40 minutes. But good news. Good news. I finished What Light Breaks by Falon Ballard on the plane literally before we even took off. Like I was just sitting there reading. I would like to say that I 100% recommend this book to people. I was lucky enough to get an ARC copy of it on NetGalley, but I have to tell you guys about this one. It is a retelling of Romeo and Juliet featuring our main characters, Mario and Leah. And basically, Leah is the Juliet character. She is gifted and was more or less taken in by a family and locked in her room for the majority of her childhood. She's gone for many years. Similar to the first book, she's put up to kill her father to be able to become the next president of Avon. I don't know, like, why can't you guys just decide, like, why can't you guys just be a normal monarchy? I don't know. So she has to kill her father to be able to do that. And then she ends up in a situation where she needs to do a marriage of convenience to this guy, Mario. I don't remember his last name. Mario is more or less known as like the playboy around everything. So yeah, honestly, like it's one of those things where like they're polar opposites and you get to see how much they love each other. And there's also a lot of plot line here, but a lot of the plot you wouldn't be able to understand if you didn't already read Something Wicked by Falon Ballard, which is the first book. I hate to say I like the second one better than the first. I think the first one for me was too much smut, not enough storyline. This one was a good mix of both, and I liked the story more and cared more about this character. Also, I loved when we got to see our characters from book 1 and book 2 again. And yeah, I really recommend this. This book comes out, I think, December 29th, 2026. So there's quite some time. But I think everybody should read it because I think it's fun. And I think it has potential to be up there with like Aquatar and Throne of Glass. I'm also intrigued to see if the writer will write a third one. So yeah, after finishing up What Light Breaks, I started The Deal by Elle Kennedy, which I purposely chose for this video because I want to finish this book before the TV show comes out. It is May 7th. This TV show comes out May 13th. I am 13 chapters into it already because I read the majority of the flight. I am so far really liking it. It's about our two main characters, Hannah, and I think the guy's name is Graham. Graham is like not football. Graham is a hockey dude. He's like super popular and like they're in college and she's like a music major. And basically she's trying to get the attention of the football quarterback, Justin. And Graham suggests that they start fake dating so that she'll tutor him in their ethics class. It's very fun so far. I like Elle Kennedy's writing. I've never read like a sports romance of hers, but I've heard they're very good. So I'm excited to finish this as the days go on. But yeah, I mean, it's the end of the day now. It's Thursday still. It's technically Friday. It is 12:27, so I'm gonna clock out for the night, and then I will check back in with you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Ben's brother's actual graduation and like the ceremony and everything. So I'm not sure how much reading I'm going to get in, but stay tuned and I'll let you know how many pages there are. Also today, I didn't give you a page count, but I'll figure it out. And if I do, I'm going to put it here. All right. Good night. I need to go to sleep. Bye.
Okay, so this is phone footage, but I have to add it to the reading vlog. No one could decide what they wanted to do this morning, so I just got my bathing suit out, and I'm sitting in the sun, and I'm starting the 4th book of Throne of Glass. I wasn't going to be able to read on my iPad out here, so it's fine. I brought this book purposely, and I'm halfway through The Deal, so I think it's fair to start another book now, but I'll let you guys know how much I get through while I'm out here.
Okay, so it's the end of Saturday and I have a lot to say. Number 1, I didn't get more than 20 pages into Queen of Shadows because I started reading and realized nobody pointed out to me that I thought it was the 4th book in Throne of Glass and it actually is the 5th. I started reading it and I was like, who are these people that they're talking about? I was so confused. I Googled it. I brought the wrong book with me. So now I have requested to put the actual 3rd book on hold at the library. Hopefully that'll be ready for me when I get back. Today was a super busy day. I honestly don't think I read much. I'm going to count those 20 pages as reading something. It was a really fun day. Tomorrow we fly back to New York. So it's unfortunately over. Like My goal is to finish the deal on the plane and also edit this video. Other than that, I don't have a next book at the moment. It's quite sad. So, darn, I ruined it myself. Can't believe I did that. I'm still upset about it, to be honest.
We can all believe you did that.
I can't believe it, but whatever.
We're never flying American again.
Okay, we're finally home, and honestly, that travel day was not what we had expected. I am currently coming to you from my phone because I just like don't even want to take my camera out at this point. So we were on a flight from Tampa to LaGuardia. As we were approaching LaGuardia, we apparently circled the airport multiple times, and the pilots then came on the overhead and were like, oh, LaGuardia is shut down, so like we're gonna try to land at JFK. Apparently we started going towards JFK, and then they were like, oh, JFK is also shut down. Not explaining why at all whatsoever. Then they're like, oh, we're gonna land at Newark. Fine, whatever. We land at Newark, and they're like, so we have an option. You guys can get off if you want, but we're not opening up the luggage area. So if you checked a bag, like, it's gonna be at LaGuardia. So your options are either to get off at Newark and go get your bag tomorrow from LaGuardia, or stay on the plane and ride the plane from Newark to LaGuardia, which is like 15 minutes in the air. It was crazy. And so we're like, do we just leave? Because our flight was supposed to touch down at 4. It is currently...
We were also on track to get there even earlier.
Yeah, we were also on track to get there at like 3:30. It's currently 7:30. We just got home. And yes, we did take the flight from Newark to LaGuardia. And they did make us deplane and get back on because enough people came off where they're like, oh, we don't know who stayed on and who left. So you guys have to get off and get back on. So that was wild. And that is my excuse as to why I did not finish The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I'm sorry, but I have a headache now because we've hardly eaten anything all day, and we had to go up and down multiple times, even though we weren't expecting to.